podcast. Come take this walk with me.
Learning by doing in real time. So we got about an hour to dive in. I want to give you what I have, and you can do what you choose to do with it. My name is Dr. Jason Branch. I am a executive performance coach, and I am here to help you help yourself. How do we do that? Through this whole model, this Gator and Salamander model, how high performers build capacity under pressure. So you are here because you are a high performer, high achiever, and you are under pressure. And a lot of times the pressure that we have is from ourselves. That's it. That's all. Hate to be the bearer of bad news. That's what it is. So let's dive in. First off, what you will need. This is what I would recommend. You grown, you can do what you want, but this is what I would recommend doing. Number one, I want you to eliminate distractions. The asterisk by eliminate distractions connects to those who are especially spicy. Spiciness is something I just learned recently as a neurodivergent adult. So that extra spiciness sometimes gets in the way, and I don't want you to miss a thing. So grab a notebook, notes app, pen, paper, whatever you have, grab it. We finna get it. Put your phone on do not disturb or airplane mode, again, especially if it's spicy. Pay attention to the ripples and the breadcrumbs and invest in yourself for the next 60 or 90 minutes, which will be 60 minutes because we rocking and we rolling. So with that, let's keep it moving. Who's in the house? So if you could hop in the chat, your name, your location, where you at, what you're doing.
It
Uh,
says the chat is disabled, Dr. Branch.
Thank you. Is that Zamora?
Yep.
See, listen, we talking now. Let's just talk. So if you could share your name, your location, something you're interested in learning from this masterclass, where do you feel confident in your capacity? Meaning, I'm really great at being a leader. I'm really great at being this. I'm really great at being that. What was the turning point that happened that you decided, I'm finna hop in this masterclass and see what's what? And then what do you want to get out of this experience? So whoever wants to start, let's jump in. Let's get it.
Well, I guess you voluntold me, so let's do it. I'm Xiomara Medina. I am in Maryland. I actually met you in Dr. Brittany Williams Grant's course last semester at Bowie State. So I'm a clinical director at Bowie State and also a PhD student in our counselor at supervision program. You really kind of hit it with the title, right? I am trying to continue to build my capacity and reframe the pressures that I am absolutely putting on myself. My confidence is absolutely in leadership advocacy, and I am a consummate bridge builder and disruptor. The turning point. I am year 3 in my PhD program. We're getting ready to be in dissertation and internship. So I'm just kind of looking for what I am, what lane I'm trying to carve out for myself in counselor education. And then I I think out of this experience, I am hoping to understand myself a little bit more so that I can pass that wisdom on collectively and do my best work because I love burning stuff down and rebuilding it.
Oh, you came to the right place. You're welcome. We family. We are family.
I
Thank
told you
you.
you were my spirit animal. I
You
signed up.
you did. You did. And look where we are. You did. And oh, I got a surprise for you because you and Megan are now connected. And I need y'all to build. I need y'all to build. So thank you for being here. Thank you for what you share. I got some gifts for you today. I got some gifts. Next up, Meg, what you got? Let's talk.
Hi, I'm yelling. I'm Meg. I'm currently in Niagara Falls, New York. Something I'm interested in learning is just, I'm always trying to dig in your brains more. So whatever you got, I want to know about. Um, I feel confident in my capacity to hold space for really deep emotions and experiences. The turning point is I got a lot going on. I'm trying to go back to school and launch my business, whether it's private practice and yoga. And so I would like to get out of this just more connection and deepening the understanding of all the things you bring to the table. So we're eating today.
Yes, indeed. We eating, we finna eat good. Please know. So you all are here. I can't express enough. You could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be here, and it means the world to me. So to me, whether it's one person, 100 people, this is where we start. This is where I start. This is the first time I've done this master class, and for anybody to show up lets me know that there is a need out there, and you two are the first to experience this current master class, which will change because I'm going to change, just like you all are going to change. So I want to make sure I give you what you need before we get out of here. And that's what we're here for. So thank you both for being here. And I got plenty to offer. So let me talk about me for a hot minute. Who I was. Everything is in threes to me, three parallels. Who we were, who we are, who we're becoming. This is who I was. The year was 2000. I was in college, freshman year, and this was me. This was me. This was the guy who barely graduated high school. You know, barely made it. Graduated June 3rd. I was in college June 7th. Not because I was smart in advance, it was because I was so far below, meaning below remedial. You can have remedial and then below remedial. I was below remedial. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. But that's where I started my career. And I started early because in order for me to be remedial by the fall, I was there in the summer taking all these summer courses just to catch up, just to keep up, just to get in a place and space where I could be with everyone else. That's why I was there early. So a lot of people don't know that. And it took me 6 years to get a 4 year degree. But as you know, it's subjective. It's subjective. So who I was is the reason that I am who I am now. So I wanted to share the story. I barely made it through high school. Getting in college, I didn't really have goals, dreams, desires. I didn't have a blueprint. I didn't have a pedigree. I didn't know who I was or what I wanted to do. What I did know was college is a place where you can go and find yourself. And that's what I went to do, find myself in the midst of all the things that you can do in college to find yourself. That's what I did. And it wasn't until I was surrounded by people who saw things in me that I didn't see in myself. And they let me know, hey, man, you got a lot more than you give yourself credit for. And from then, it just started this evolution of me becoming the best version of me. One of the biggest moments throughout my career in college was joining a fraternity. So, being a proud member and pledging Alpha Phi Fraternity Incorporated, that experience changed my life. And it changed my life because I was surrounded by people who knew who they were and what they wanted to do in their lives. So they had a trajectory, they had a goal, they had a mission. My goal was Thursday nights. Thursday nights, because it goes down in the club, baby. We finna go out, we finna do our thing. That's what I look forward to in school was the club on Thursday. I just want to talk about who I used to be. Who I am now is a person who has the ability to do things I've never done because of who I am. That is it. That is all. So we're gonna take a moment. We supposed to be here, family. We just gonna build. We are supposed to be here. We are going to
Exactly.
build. I love it. I'm here for all of it. All right. So back to where I was with the story. Okay. So I was figuring me out in college, which many of us have. Sometimes we're figuring ourselves out in college and throughout life, which is what I heard you both say, like figuring it out, trying to figure out what works for you and what does not. So I want to help you do that through this masterclass. So that's who I was. Who I am now, we'll talk about a little bit later, but I'm curious to know about you and your struggles because everybody on this call is on the struggle bus. What I love about the struggle bus is everybody get a chance to drive. Some days it's your turn to drive, some days somebody else. We all on this bus, but every day somebody gets a chance to drive. Today is definitely not my day of driving because I'm having the best day ever. I'm curious about you and your experience. So, what are some current fears, problems, concerns, or barriers that prevent you from becoming her? All caps, no blue hat. I'm just curious. Who wants it?
All right, I finished chewing, so now I can talk. The prioritizing demands versus prioritizing creativity.
That's a word. That's a word. Okay.
You
And
kind of touched on this earlier, but discovering neurospiciness in my 40s
Come
is
on.
um I don't know that I would use any of these words. Like I would just call it more of a challenge because I'm having to kind of relearn myself with this new lens and understanding, because I am the barrier. Right, like, and my I work with incredible people and study under incredible people who put me in fat, just wonderful rooms, and then I get there and I'm like, who in the hell told me I should be here? So we're, taking opportunities like this to learn how to stop being my own barrier.
I love it. I love it. This helps me help you all. And I really appreciate the authenticity. I appreciate the transparency because this was how we begin to evolve. So I was diagnosed with ADHD as an adult last year, 43 years old, 44 years old. No, I was 43 at the time and never knew, but I had breadcrumbs all around me. We're going to talk about it. Breadcrumbs all around me, letting me know, hey, this is something you may want to look into. So I started looking into it. And the more I looked into it, the more I saw me. The more I saw me, I had to discover this new version, which is exactly what you're sharing. So for all of us, we're in this space together, and this is what I mean by the struggle bus. Okay, it is a struggle, and that struggle is figuring you out. So let's break that down a little bit. Figuring me out. This is probably all of us. You look successful, you are successful, but you feel exhausted. You carry the pressure at work and at home. People depend on you. Slowing down feels irresponsible. It feels wrong. It feels bad. There may be guilt, shame, and judgment around it. You achieve a lot or have achieved a lot, but it never feels like it's enough. Although you at the top of your game, it still feels like I'm behind. I should be doing this. I should be doing that. I could do this. I could do that. No matter how much you accomplish, there's always a quiet voice saying you should be further ahead. Yes, indeed. You battle self-doubt in silence, meaning people see the confidence, but you privately question whether you truly belong at your level. If that's a yes to you, please put that hand up, put that emoji up, or you can say, yeah, we at the crib. Is this anybody here besides me? Okay, we are at home. Thank y'all. Now, let's go a little bit further. I still want to talk about us for a minute. You live in extremes. You're either all in or burnt the hell out, either perfect or disappointed. Black and white thinking, all or nothing. There is no middle ground, which means I have no wiggle room whatsoever. Either I get it wrong or I get it wrong. Either I get it right or get it wrong, or get it wrong, get it wrong. You struggle to say no without guilt. Last time I checked, no is a complete sentence, but we don't know how to use it because we're saying yes all the time, trying to be everything to everyone. We overcommit. We take on more than we could. We tell ourselves we can handle it even when we're running on empty. The cup is empty, but I constantly and consistently pour out. Your head and heart is not aligned. Logically, you know you are doing well. Emotionally, you feel disconnected, restless, and unfulfilled. Is that anybody else here besides me or who I used to be? Need a hand? Okay, just making sure we're in the right place at the right time. Breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs are the things all around us all the time, hidden in plain sight. You being on this call, you being here is because of all the breadcrumbs you've been collecting over time to show up for yourself, because that's what this is, you showing up for yourself. The breadcrumbs is how you enhance self-awareness. So part of this process, us being on the struggle bus, knowing who we are, knowing who we were, because that's who we were. That's not who you are anymore, because you're going to be exposed to new information in order for you to pivot. So how to pivot when needed and shift your perspective comes from you eating breadcrumbs. How you begin reconnecting your head with your heart through breadcrumbs. How to rediscover who you were, who you are, who you're becoming is through the breadcrumbs. So let me break down this breadcrumb analogy. To me, the breadcrumbs are the things that's all around us all the time, hidden in plain sight. If I eat enough breadcrumbs, I'm going to end up with a slice of bread. And last time I checked, you can eat a slice of bread, but that slice has two sides. If I'm a perfectionist, if I have black and white thinking, if I'm on a struggle bus, I don't see two sides. I just see one side, failure or loss, not considering everything it takes to create this slice of bread. I eat enough slices of bread, I'm going to end up with a loaf. And you keep hanging out with me, you're going to get hit in the head with a honey bun. Okay? I need you to know what's what. Once you get hit in the head with a honey bun and you wake up in Panera, meaning I don't run out of bread, meaning I don't run out of being who I am. because I'm constantly becoming better. You know exactly who you've been from birth to who you are right now. Who you get to become, you have no idea. And that's what I love about this experience, is getting to find out who I really am. Now, to find out who you are, you got to find out where you're from. Whose house? My house. Anytime I say whose house, I need you to respond back with my house. Whose house? My house. Say it loud if you can. If you can't, say it in your mind. My house. Whose house? My house. Understand the house that you live. Zamora, come on in here. I'm ready.
I was trying to call and respond, but my
Who-
Zoom is not letting me be great.
We ain't finna worry about it. Whose house?
My house.
Whose house?
My house.
Whose house?
My house.
That's what I'm talking about. So understanding, Meg, you can hop in when you want to too. Understanding your house is how you begin to move and navigate the world differently, because the world is the world. Everything around us is happening in real time, and we cannot control or change it. For example, we're in the middle of a war, no pun intended. We cannot control or change it. We're in it now. However, what we can control or change is what's going on in our house. Our house represents us, who you are as a person, inside and out. The house, the figurative, the literal home that you live in now, the reason you live in the house that you live, the home that you live in, is because of the house that you grew up in. Ooh, I gotta talk about it. The reason you're in the house you're in now is because the house you grew up in. Here's an example. For me, there was a point in time in my life where every wall of my house damn near had a TV, flat screen. Why? Because growing up, we had one TV. It's black and white, floor model, heavy as hell. It never moved. It was black and white, had the antennas with the foil on it. And when that TV died, we bought a new TV, put on top of it. How do your TV becomes a TV stand? I don't know. Depends on where you're from. But my TV became a TV stand. And the TV I had a big old booty, like BBL. Okay. The TVs that I had were flat screen because of the big booty TV. Do you know how hard it is to have a big booty TV as a kid when flat screens are out? It's hard. So I had to transition. So think about who you are now, and what you do now is based off of what you experienced growing up. Because my belief is we're going to be just like our parents, the complete opposite, or somewhere in the middle. What other choice do we have? And that's based on our house. Whose house? My house. Now, let's dig into this, because I'm here to teach. I'm here to give you something to help you before we even get to where we're going to go. You recognize who you were. You recognize who you are. You may not be aware of who you're trying to become. And that's why I'm doing this. So to me, I like to keep it simple with 3 parallels. I talked about who we were, who we are becoming. These next 3 parallels relates to your house, which is the attic, the living room, the basement. Get your notebooks, because we finna work. First room in your house is the attic. It's the most beautiful, pristine place in your whole home. It's comfortable. You got a California king size bed. You see it. It's nice. It's clean. It's cozy. It's comfortable. The attic represents your mind. That's where you spend most of your time. Just want to talk about facts. And if I'm spending so much time in my mind, in my head, in the attic, I cannot be present in the living room. The living room is where the magic happens. That's where we are presently, currently. But I can't be present or current if I'm so focused on the future or the past. Does this sound like anybody besides me? You can raise a hand. So the living room, I can't be present because I'm focused on the future and the past. And the reason I'm focused on the future and the past is because there is blockage and barriers that keeps me stuck. Although I'm moving, I feel stuck. And that stuck is the basement, because there's a padlock on the door, which means I don't go down there. I'm not spending any time in the basement, because the basement is where all the things that happen to me lives. The basement is flooded, it's dark, it's furniture, it's boxes, it's crap everywhere. And I don't go down there because it's too scary. So everything that happened to me, I throw down this basement and run back upstairs, lock the door. And this goes on from birth to where I am right now. Just want to talk about it. And to me, in order to get your house in order, because y'all went to the same church I went to, or close to it, in order to get your house in order, you have to work to get your basement as pristine as your attic. And it's hard to do that if I'm spending so much time in the attic, only going to the basement, because the basement is where all the magic happens, because it's filled with 2 worlds. And I want to simplify. I'm a counselor educator by trade. I work in the psychology, mental health field, and math is not my thing. So this is the most math we're going to do. Okay. I told you I was below remedial. So therefore, the most math we're going to do, we're going to keep it simple. 2 + 2 is 5, 2 + 2 is 4. I'm curious to know, what do you think the difference is between these two equations? Anybody? What's the difference?
Beliefs and facts.
Right.
All
One's
day long.
correct and one is not. One is
I,
perception.
oh, I love it. One is perception, one is beliefs. Y'all on point. It seems like y'all been here before. Okay. Y'all been here before. Y'all absolutely correct. One is a fact and one is a belief. Absolutely right. So if it's a fact and it's a belief, let's break these two down. 2 + 2 = 5 is a belief because it cannot be proven. It's what I think, it's what I feel, but it's not proven. That is tradition, culture, community, you name it. A lot of the things that we do is based off of what we believe. The facts is 2 + 2 is 4. What makes it a fact is it can be proven. But despite the facts, despite it can be proven, who cares about facts when you're in your feelings? Again, we're in the middle of war. Why? Because of somebody's beliefs. Not making this political, just want to talk about the facts. So if this is the world we live in, facts and beliefs, I want to take us somewhere that y'all know we can go. And the place that I want us to go is back in your house, literal home, because this is your first life work assignment. I don't give homework, I give life work. Life work is the ability to pivot or shift. Homework, you take it home, you do it, you turn it in, you never remember it, it don't mean nothing to you. But when you do life work, your life changes because your perspective changes. When your perspective changes, you change. So I want to help you change in this moment right now. So think about your literal home. I'm sure there's a cabinet, drawer, closet somewhere, usually in the kitchen, that's designated for things that do not work. Yes, indeed. Junk drawer. Anybody got one? Just me. Anybody got a junk drawer?
Yes.
Come on with it. Okay. I'm finna hit you in the head with a honey bun. I told you. I need you to know that that junk drawer has followed you from birth to 2026. Wherever you went, whatever state, whatever region, whatever country, that junk drawer has followed you. And right now, you know exactly what's in there and you know exactly what works and what doesn't. Batteries that don't work, remote control to a TV you don't own anymore, instructions to equipment you didn't have. You got cords, bread ties, pennies, paper clips, coupons that's expired, menus to restaurants that burned down years ago, iPhone boxes and cases from many moons ago. Is that anybody besides my former self?
I feel attacked.
Okay, I'm glad you glad you're in the right place. We ain't supposed to have this much fun. This is healing, okay? So, Beg, can you connect as well?
Yes, the flame underneath me has gotten a tinge warmer.
Okay.
Mhm.
We turning up the heat. I got to. This is my job. This is my responsibility. Okay. So if you know exactly, literally, what's in that junk drawer and one thing you can remove, my challenge to you, your first life work assignment, is to get rid of one thing that does not serve the current or future you. One thing. After this call, in my opinion, immediately get rid of that one thing. And the reason I say that, removing one thing is a breadcrumb. Because once you remove one thing, it's going to spread to other places and spaces in your home where you know, I don't need this anymore because that's not who I am anymore. Now, if you're able to do this tangibly, literally, imagine figuratively the junk that's in our basement that we still hold on to. I just need you to see it. Because if I'm still holding on to an iPhone case from 2011, you better believe I'm holding on to disappointment, embarrassment, disrespect, and everything else from my childhood. Is this making sense? Are we on the same page? I will take that as a yes and yes.
Yes and yes.
Yes.
So if you feel attacked, it's okay. I just like to call in what I see because this is me too, or was me. And what that was or what it looks like is a salamander. Hey, salamanders.
So Operation Meg's gonna make out with Donnie shall commence.
Say
That's a
again?
school car.
Oh, go
Okay.
ahead. Okay. So This salamander, this is us. This salamander actually has a name, breadcrumb, and the salamander is who we are anytime we're doing things that we may not be aware of, that may be different, new, or uncomfortable. And my challenge to you all, life work number 2, is to be willing to become comfortable being uncomfortable. So if you're feeling uncomfortable, I need you to embrace it, because this is how we begin to shift or change. So as this salamander, I want to explain what that looks like. A salamander is usually an overthinker, overthinking, just trying to map out every scenario in my attic. It's an emotional suppression. I'm feeling some kind of way, but I don't allow myself to feel some kind of way. So I'm trying to control what I feel. There's a disconnect to my body. It's a disconnect between my head and my heart, meaning my attic is my attic, my basement is my basement, and they don't connect. And then there's no access to the present, because I cannot be present because I'm in the past or the future. That is a salamander. A salamander is like a turtle that left his shell. You out here naked and afraid, and I ain't talking about the TV show. Okay, there's vulnerability there. And as a salamander, you will dive into salamander mode. In salamander mode, there are 3 P's: perfectionism, perception, and patience, meaning you have none. This is what a salamander does, which is okay. I just want to call in what I see based off of who I used to be, which was a salamander, but not anymore. Because in my humble opinion, you will evolve from a salamander into a potential gator based off of investing in yourself more, which salamanders don't know how to do. Investing in yourself more, in my humble opinion, you will earn 100% return on your investment when you invest in yourself. I'm telling you what I know, not what I heard. Because anytime I've invested in myself, I got a return. Now, why don't we invest in ourselves? Number 1, Superman, Superwoman, Superperson mentality. How can I save me when I got the whole world to save? Is that a fact or is that a belief? Both of you, no shade, no disrespect, are in the helping profession. You think that's a coincidence? I'm sorry, I'm in there too. You think that's a coincidence? Absolutely not. We're in this profession because someone helped us or they didn't. That's why we're here. We want to save the world because somebody saved us or they did not. So we have developed this Superman, Superwoman, Superperson mentality, which is a belief that I can save the world. You're entitled to that, just like you're entitled to that 2 + 2 = 5. The drunk drawer was one way. The Superman mentality is the second. Because the belief that I can save the world is just that, because for a fact, Superman is real to me, and he's black, and he can only save those who live in Metropolis. So if you live in Gotham City, it's over. You ain't got a shot with Superman. You better call Batman. And good luck with Batman, because Bruce Wayne is actually kicking it with Elon Musk and them over in Mars. So you will not be saved. But the belief that I have that I can save the world is why my cup looks like this, empty. Because I'm constantly pouring out of an empty cup. And if you notice, my phone, even though it's face down, my phone is out, and it only takes one buzz for me to be distracted to go on to the next thing. Across from me sitting in this chair is a bag. Bag lady, you're going to miss your bus. Where Badu at? You're going to miss your bus, because that's all the stuff that I carry all the time. So I got this empty cup. I got this bag. I got this phone that's a distraction. That's all these things of me saving. That's the bat signal. It's just how I live until you decide who you truly are. And to me, when you decide who you truly are, it's a framework connected to 3 parallels: who we were, who we are, who we're becoming, the attic, the living room, the basement. Once you dive into both of these worlds, you can finally have the death of Superman, meaning you no longer live by the Superman mentality. The day's over with. Because that mentality does not help us. It actually hurts us. What evidence do we have? Think about how difficult things are now with you wanting to save everybody but yourself. That's culture. That's us. That's ancestral. And for me, in my humble opinion, for a fact, everything that we know in this country, in this society, to me, goes back to slavery. Everything. If you think about the Superman, Superwoman, Superperson mentality, where did it come from? Grandmama and them. Where did grandmama and them get it from? They mama and them. They mama and them. They mama and them. They mama and them. And if we're talking about Black, indigenous, people of color, it all connects ancestrally. And that's what we had to do to survive then. However, why are we still doing it to thrive now? Doesn't connect. Let me break that down. 3 parallels. I want to talk about me just a little bit. You heard my story earlier, and this is my story now. 3 parallels: him, him, and him, right? There's a difference between these 3 hymns. All of these hymns connect to education. And I was taught and told, probably similar to you, that your responsibility is to, once you graduate high school, you go to college, you go to a good college, you get you a good job, you get you a good education. And that's success. That's what I was taught and told. So I did all the things I was taught and told. I went and got a good school, I went to a good school, got a good education, got a good job at the highest level in my career, in my profession, and I'm still living check to check. How is this possible? And how it's possible is because I was given the same truth that you were related to how we succeed. So we're chasing instead of attracting, which is okay. That's who we were. But who we get to become is no longer chasing, but attracting the people, places, and things we're supposed to have based off of the person that we're becoming. Him, her, them. All caps, no blue hat. So these 3 parallels that I'm sharing is me going through the educational journey and being at the highest level, and I'm not a multimillionaire. That's a problem for me because I went to school. I have over 20 years experience in this profession, over 20 years experience in education, and I'm still here. And I don't know Elon, he don't know me. Not that I want to know him at all. Anyway, but Oprah, how did I do all this and me and Oprah ain't cool? Because I expect to be in Oprah's other pool house a little later on. Another story for another day. My point is, imagine having the ability to transition, to transform to him, her, or them. What that looks like, what that means is I've figured out that education was a way to get me to where I am, but it's not going to help me become him to do the things that I was designed to do based off of what's in my basement. My creativity, my intellect, my personality, my passion, my humor, all of that. Nobody else has it, just like you. Nobody has what you have. Nobody. So how do you become the best version of you so you can attract the people, places, and things you're supposed to have? Now, with that said, heavy, you got 3 choices right now. And those choices is you do nothing and continue to struggle by not having this thing sorted out. You can try to do it on your own, which you've been there and done that. We see where we are. Or you can allow me to help you walk alongside you to fast track this thing, which means I have a systems to help you become the best version of you because I use the same systems on myself and I've been pretty successful by doing it. Success to me is being exactly who you're designed to be. And to me, that's a gator. Ooh, where my gators at? There's a difference between a salamander and a gator. And that's what I'm helping people do. I'm helping people become gators. What's the difference between a salamander and a gator? I'm glad you asked. A salamander, as I mentioned, squishy, soft, penetrable. Everything sticks like a turtle outside a shell. The gator, as you can see, arms folded, looks like he works out all the time. Muscled up, covered with scales. The scales represent protection and safety and support and security that the gator created for themselves. Because transitioning from a salamander and a gator, you are growing gator scales. The gator scales comes from all the things in your basement that you start dealing with, managing, overcoming, where it serves as a barrier of protection instead of vulnerability that leaves us stuck where we used to be. With this gator life, gator mode, gator mentality, this protection and covering covers all of me. However, there's still this vulnerable soft white underbelly underneath. But nobody has access to that unless I want you to have access. And how do you get access to a gator's vulnerability? Get them on their back. Most vulnerable place you can be is on your back. But we don't allow that for everybody. Everybody doesn't have access. But if you do have access, that's how you can connect to vulnerability, meaning I get to decide. Becoming a gator gives you permission to decide what works best for you. So, what does this look like? Gator Mode. It's a 6-week coaching program designed to help you become a Gator. It's to help you evolve from a salamander into a Gator. You get to rediscover who you were, embrace who you are, make room for who you're trying to become, or who you are becoming, which you can sense, you can feel, you can think who you're trying to become. How do I know? Because that future version of you, her, all caps, no blue hat, is constantly whispering. She's constantly whispering. All those whispers are the breadcrumbs, which is why you decided to invest in yourself and be here today. You invested your time and your attention into this place and space, which is why you're here. Not a coincidence. The old version of you is constantly screaming, very loud. She always in the way, turning tables over, the worst roommate ever. And your current self is confused. I just want to talk about it a little bit. So because of that, we are limited with our greatness. So this greatness that's inside of us, that's in the basement, is covered by tons and tons of layers of stuff. Becoming a Gator is how you remove those things that don't serve you by doing the work on you. So this Gator Mode, I'll help you create a self-care plan that's designed specifically for you and designated to add more value to enhance your self-care practices. More often than not, our self-care practice is on 3 levels: high school, graduate, and professional. More often than not, the self-care practices that we do is what we've always done. So think about it. You ain't been in high school for a while now. Why am I still doing high school stuff when it comes to self-care? It's because we can only repeat what we know. Gator Mode allows you to discover how to create healthy boundaries and have less guilt by putting yourself first. Now, putting yourself first is very different than selfish. Selfish is a terminology based off of beliefs, 2 + 2 = 5. I don't even use the word selfish anymore. I'm putting myself first. Therefore, I can't guilt trip myself, and nobody can guilt trip me over a word choice of me choosing me first. So me putting myself first is I'm going to take care of me, and then I will take care of you. That's a skill set that you have to develop because nobody's teaching it. Nobody's showing us. How do I know? Think about how most Black grandmothers die. Tragically. Amputation, diabetes, high blood pressure, heartbreak, heart attack, you name it. And that's because of the mentality that was passed down from generation to generation. I'm in a place and space in my life that I'm cut from the same cloth. However, I decided I can't live that way because I know how it ends. I don't know how it ends if I decide to pivot and become somebody I've never been. So enhancing your emotional intelligence, emotional regulation, meaning putting my head together with my heart, meaning the past me is no longer in charge. The future me, that's who I'm listening to. And that future me connected to the current me is how I become the best version of me. So how does this work? I'm glad you asked. Number one is where we're going. This 6-week coaching program is a group coaching program, and it talks about 3 parallels framework. I'm going to help you navigate what these 3 parallels look like. You're going to get a self-care assessment to not only see what you can do better, moving away from the high school status into a professional status, but you can also get an assessment to see where you are and then determine where you want to go. It's personal and professional transformation. And then I offer a one-on-one executive performance coaching session so you can get curated, specific of what you need to help you become the best version of you. Plus the bonuses, the Gator Scales Journal or ebook. You have access to that. 3 Parallels podcast. I got curated episodes just for you and what you're managing. And then access to Gator University, which is a community, a culture, and a collective. The value of this is $3,500, but you know good and well, I know how salamanders roll, and I ain't finna charge you $3,500 yet. So y'all getting it early. So $3,500 would not be for you. So the full value of this program, based on the frameworks, the coaching, the tools, 20 years of experience in this profession, the value is $3,500. However, you won't be charged $3,000 or even $2,000. For those who are ready to go deeper and do the work with a small cohort, because I'm only taking 10, I'm only accepting 10, this program will only cost $799. That's it. So from $3,500 to $799, that is all. And again, I know salamander. So say for instance, man, I ain't finna pay all that. You don't have to. You can pay it in full. You can do payment plans. 3 payments if needed. 30 days. Program is 6 weeks. You have 30 days to pay the full amount. You can get started today for only $297. Now, this program begins next week. More details to come on time because I want to curate a time where everybody can meet at the same time. So you can do that first payment, $297, and then 1 or 2 payments to total in $7.99 at your own pace within 30 days of the program. So why is this important? Because I want you to see my house now. This is the house that I dream of. This little brick wall, there's going to be a lot of cars there. One of them is going to be a Porsche 911. Not because of the things, it's because of the being. When you become exactly who you're supposed to be, you're going to attract the people, places, and things you're supposed to have. Why do you think we're on this call? It's because of all the things you've done up until this point for us to speak the same language, because we're speaking the same language. Now, we finna get real personal. We finna get real deep. I'm gonna allow y'all in my basement because we family now. A while back, this picture has been crossing my path over and over again. It's one of the oldest pictures I have. And this is me. I don't know if y'all know that. It's me on skates. And one of the most profound moments related to this picture, because it's been in my atmosphere for years, within this past year, it just kept coming up. It'll be on my feed on social media. It'll pop up on my phone, memories, my mom sending it. It's just like this picture keeps popping up. And I got two boys, Jalen and Cameron, 3 and 4 years old. And this picture looks like both of them. they look, I mean, they look like they dad. So my youngest, Cameron, I showed him the picture. He was like, oh, okay. He looked at it and kept it moving. The next day, we're at dinner, all at the table together. My wife and I, Mia, Jalen, and Cameron. And I remembered this picture and I wanted to show it to Jalen, my oldest. So I showed him the picture and he stopped in his tracks and he looking at it and he like confused, like, huh? So he looks at Mia, he looks at me, he looks at the picture, and he does this a couple times, could not figure it out. Then he had a moment, he said, hey, Dada, Mom, that's me. And man, I cried like a baby. I cried, I bawled, because he saw himself in his dad. I saw myself in him. We saw each other in real time. And it was a moment that changed my entire life, because that moment let me know who I truly was. So as that moment happened, I zoomed in to get a little closer to the picture to see, so he could see the face. And as I zoomed in, I noticed something that I've never seen before that was hidden in plain sight. This shirt that I was wearing is a Lacoste shirt. And if you know about Lacoste, that brand logo is a gator. I've been a gator my whole life and never knew. And at that moment, I knew I was him. Changed everything, which is why we're here now. I want you to become exactly who you were designed to be, because there's evidence somewhere to prove it. This was my evidence. This is 2 + 2 = 4. These are the facts to me. I'm done living in beliefs. So if you're interested and you're ready, now is the time. So your village, your community, I'm building a village. I'm building a community. And this community and village is Gator University. Gator University is a school that I'm building slowly. We're getting people in to help us help each other. In addition to Gator U, I got a podcast, 3 Parallels Podcast, where we rediscover who we were, embrace who we are, and make room for who we're trying to become. All the things that I'm doing related to this Gator shit, it's all things that are created based off of who I'm becoming. It's a constant thing. I'm not him yet. I'm him. You see the shirt? Yes, indeed. We got merch. I'm not playing. It's a lifestyle. It's a belief system. And I'm developing this belief system based off of what works for me, based off of who I am now. Education, got it. Cool. Creativity, entrepreneurship is where I'm going, and I'm taking whoever wants to go with me. Podcast is one way to get there. It only costs you your time and attention. Gator Scales Journal. Again, we talking about these scales. This is a journal I was able to design over 3 years ago. It's been in existence for a decade. I just put it out 3 years ago. And now you have access to it. Gator University is here. And now I want to dive into questions. What questions do you have? How can I support you? How can I assist you? Where do you want to go from here? Anyone, what you got?
Thank you so much, Dr. Branch. It really, you really held the mirror that we probably didn't want. I think for me, there was some of your areas where you were kind of breaking it down, where it's like, okay, I've resonated with all of them, and some of them I'm already like, okay, boom, I'm already working on that. I'm already, and the biggest one that I feel is opening the door is that permission. Because for me, success, and I love your reframing of success. And for me, it's freedom and autonomy, right? Like I get to decide if I feel like working today. I get to
Yes.
decide if I want, a tuna sandwich or crab legs. Like
Yes. Come
like
on.
that's success, right?
Yes.
Not what anyone else wants. And so,
Yes.
but I guess for me, my question is, did you start to find that once you kind of created your own lane? Because I'm just a consummate disruptor, and so academia is feeling very stifling right now, and as I approach graduation, I go into dissertation and internship in the fall, and I'm really starting to figure like now I'm like, well, maybe I don't want to be tenure. Maybe I just want to be adjunct and get extra checks while I do my own thing, but I don't really
Yeah.
know yet, right? Because I don't
Yeah.
fully have um and as you know, like my colleagues are my professors, so
Mhm.
I haven't quite curated my village yet. But I'm like, yeah, just trying to like, how did you feel you had approached that? Like within the academic space, once you did your own thing, like,
Great question. So you are already processing who you're trying to become. Let me break that down. For you to know now in the doc program, this ain't it. What y'all told me this is going to be, this ain't it for me. That's your future self. That's her whispering to you that this isn't it. The same thing happened to me, but I didn't listen. I didn't hear because it didn't make sense based off of who I've been. Here's an example. I'm going to be real crass because I ain't got no choice. My first year in the doc program, they told me, hey, you're expected to make a certain salary. You want to work towards getting tenure, blah, blah, blah. And they're just talking about it. And I'm just, my whole energy and vibe just start going lower and lower and lower. How am I making over six figures now before getting into the doc program? I get into the doc program, it's a 4 or 5 year program, and I'm not expected to make over six figures. And this whole idea of tenure, my old self came up and I erupted with fuck tenure in class. I said fuck tenure. And folks clutched their pearls. Oh my God. Oh my God.
right. I
That was,
saw a post from a university in New York City, 68,000. I make
yes,
more than
indeed.
that now.
Come
But
on.
my mind told me,
Uh-huh.
oh, I could do, to work two nights a week. I could take a little 90, but then, the pet publisher parish and
Come on.
committee work and all that stuff that I'm like, oh, you want to own me. Okay. Okay.
Yes. So it was happening in real time for me, just like it's happening for real time for you. The difference is now you have someone to support you and assist you in knowing what this actually is. It's a system, it's designed this way, but we're not a part of this system. We just play with the system. We play very well with the system. But the best way I can summarize this is you have the beach and the sandbox. The world is vast, it's a beach, and there's beaches that's been uninhabited by people. And then somebody decided, regardless of this open vastness of a beach, I'm going to put a sandbox over it to keep people contained. That's tenure. That's the 9 month contract. That's whatever these things that people are sharing. This is what you're going to do. And the reality is, we can do whatever we want. The PhD gives you freedom and flexibility to decide what you want to do. Hashtag crab legs versus tuna sandwich. So you are exactly where you're supposed to be.
Don't
You're
steal my
getting
shit, Dr. Branch.
Hey, listen, that's yours. That's yours. I will not take it. That's yours. It's the reality of you're already getting a sense of how great you truly are. You're in the middle of which route do I go? And to me, it's not about finding what route works for you or what do I need to do, where I need to go. It's finding out who you truly are. That's how you figure this thing out. That's how you begin to live the life that you want, is by determining who you are, meaning her, all caps, no blue hat. You figure out who she is, everything that you want to do, everything that you want to go, you're going to attract it. You're not going to chase, you're not going to grind, you're going to attract, which means you just show up and they, people, places, and things show up as well. Does that answer the question?
I feel attacked again. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
I'm just doing my job. I'm just doing my job. So the energy and vibe that y'all feel is the freedom that I'm creating for myself. And I can't believe it because y'all know, this ideology around education and getting a degree and this and that, like that was everything to me until I got it. And once I got it, I recognized I still got shit in my basement I ain't even touched yet. I got a PhD though, and for a lot of people, they'll get to that place and you all will experience it because you all will be doctor. Once you get that doctorate, and especially now we're talking about this stuff, you will see how it truly is because the doctorate is another goal or mission that you accomplish. Now that it's accomplished, now what? Same old different day. Unless you decide, you know what, that doesn't work for me. I'm going to do my own thing. And I happen to have a PhD while doing it. That's exactly what I'm doing. I was born to be a podcaster. Now I'm a doctor doing it, right? I was born to be a therapist. Now I'm a doctor doing it. I was born to be an educator. I was born to do these workshops and master. I was born to do this. I never knew it. I've been talking this shit my whole life. My whole family told me, that boy got ADHD. You need riddling. Never went, never got tested. Why? Because we black. We don't do that. We don't trust y'all. We don't trust these systems. So I never did. So I've been out here raw dogging life for 44 years, not knowing. Now that I know, how do I use this to my advantage? Which is exactly how I created this masterclass. This is all me, all mine. And I created it. If I have this ability, you don't think you do? I beg to differ. You have this and more because it's yours. And that's what I want to help people do. Tap into that inner you, that inner her, to live the life that you deserve based off of who you actually are, not who you were told to be. Other questions? I'm here all night. Other questions?
This is great as usual. It's wonderful to watch this evolve in real time because it's always like I don't know, like getting a smoothie, like a protein smoothie from somewhere else. Like I could make it at home, but like it's better if somebody else does it.
Yes.
And I'm also noticing your background is evolving. So I see
Come
the
on.
unicorn. I
Yes,
haven't seen the
indeed.
unicorn before, and I see it like, it's jumping up in the air like it's about to go kick somebody or do something cool.
Yes, indeed.
So there's a question in here, I promise. So with the
Listen,
Gator,
I think we've all confirmed we all spicy. So we all
yeah.
understand the life.
So
We're in good company.
the question is, with all that in mind, I keep looking at this unicorn. What would you say would be a Gator way to go into a doc program?
Great question. To me, the Gator way is learning the game and playing it your way. Best way I can describe this. Everything to me is a game. This whole life, this whole society is a game. Your basement, once you start cleaning it out, getting it under control, it becomes a game room. Look like the game room on MTV Cribs. Okay, that's what it is. Mario, Luigi, and them down there. You got Nintendo. Both controllers work. They not sticky. Like that's the game. That's the game. To me, that's how my mind works. So going into a doc program, you want to go in as a student on top of being a student, meaning a learner. So I'm here to learn how to become Dr. Sullivan Casey. I'm also learning how this game is played because to me, a doc program is Monopoly Junior. Once you graduate, if you go into academia or wherever you go, that's Monopoly Senior, the regular Monopoly game. It is a game. So the sooner you learn how to play the game, the sooner you learn how to be who you are and do the things that you want to do. So again, my first year, I saw the writing on the wall and I knew this was not it. So although it was a 3 to 5 year program, I finished in 3 because I knew who I was and I knew what I wanted to do. So knowing who you are is one of the most important things, meaning you don't have to conform or assimilate to the people, places, and things in this environment. And I'm willing to bet that whatever environment that you're in or going to with a doctorate, more often than not, we may be one of one. There's a reason for that. There's a reason, and that reason connects to the game or the system. So once you know it, and in addition, the game and the system, although it's there, we're not given the rule book. Some people got it, but many of us, especially part of the BIPOC community, we don't get it. So therefore, learn the game, create your own, and live in that space. Does that answer the question?
Yes, that does. Thank you. And sorry about my mute earlier. I hit the wrong button.
Oh, no worries, no worries. Other
Dr.
questions?
Branch, Dr. Branch, do you mind if I just tailspin on you for 1 second?
Let's go. I'm
Because
here.
look, as you see, Dr. Branch is done, and I'm in those final stages. But what I love about what you said and what add to it is that, like, when you were talking about you got to know yourself, that comes with figuring out, is this even a game I need to play?
Come on. Come
Right?
on.
Because if I want to be teaching in a counselor, like I only want to teach counseling students, and I don't have a choice. I cannot get that job without these letters. But if you doing it for all them other reasons because you ain't cleaned out your basement,
Come on. Come on. You see it.
that ain't it. I ain't got
That
no
ain't
choice. This is the only path to the job I want.
it. True
I get
story.
it. I get it. I think that part of the basement is clean. There's like a nice, like, think of Dexter's laboratory. I'm true baby
Yeah.
millennial. Yeah, like
If
I,
it's not, don't torture yourself if it's not actually gonna get you to
yeah, no, well,
something you want. Unless you genuinely just want to learn. But child, I want to quit every day. Every day. I don't and I ain't, but I wanna.
yeah,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
yeah,
That's because we don't fit. We don't
yeah,
fit. We never have, we never will. And once you know that, once you're aware of that, then you get to navigate differently. You get to move differently. It wasn't designed for us. Period. Again, we have evidence. We got facts. It wasn't designed for this. So if it's not designed for me, let me make it work for me based off of what works for me. Let me break that down real quick. I've been decolonizing academic spaces for over 20 years. Decolonizing, being me inside out, right? And I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm frustrated. And I decided I can keep playing in this sandbox, or I can leave the sandbox and build a beach of my own, which is exactly what I'm doing. So, yes, I'm still a full time professor in academia, but now I use that position as an anchor to hold me down while I build this empire to do the things that I want to do, the way that I want to do them. And nobody can tell me no but me. And I don't tell myself no no more. It's been a long time since I said no to me. Woo! Y'all got me excited today. Other questions? I'm here.
You did just kind of refine something for me when you were speaking, because when you had the slide up about like the fears and barriers, when I was looking at it and reading it, I was like, I don't really think I'm operating out of fear. And the way that you just explained that brought one up, because I think I'm still doing the um I need it for my pension. I need it because my son can go to school for free. I need it because this, I need it because that. So there is still some of that, like, um, but I like how you refined it as an anchor. So if,
Yes.
reframing it is like I'm still doing it for me in my way, but it is going to um help and open doors. And because I was like, oh dang, I really am still like, nah, I need retirement, I need pension, I need that tuition remission, I need that.
Yeah, that's what we were taught and told. So it's nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with that. But that's what we were taught and told. That's one dimensional, though. That's just one sided, the gold watch and retirement. And to me, especially in academia, it's capitalism, it's corporate America with a nice, pretty skirt on it. So we don't view it that way, but that's what it is. I'm telling you what I know because I'm in the middle of it. I'm in the middle of it. And it would never make sense because, like we all agreed upon, we've been told the same thing related to your salary, how much money you'll make. And it's not over six figures starting out, which means I'm starting over with a whole new mindset, whole new skill set, but I'm still starting at a place that I got to continuously work towards. Here's that example. Once you get the doctorate, say for instance, you get the first job in academia, they pay you 100,000 flat, right? Congratulations, job well done. So now you got 100,000, and in order to keep that job, you need to get tenure, which is another 5 to 6 years of a game of a system that you may or may not win, and you may not go that far above 100K. However, the skill set that I have, I can take this skill set and go anywhere and make 10 times as much. It's not about the money. The money is secondary. To me, what's primary is the connection, the relationships, the people, places, and things that you attract because of the person that you are. My belief is a whole new shift. My wealth is going to come from investing in people. Because to me, anyone who has all access, they are a particular person. Oh, this God is in the building, okay? LeBron James can go anywhere. Although he got all the money in the world, people will still don't make him charge. They don't charge him for stuff. He can buy the whole restaurant. Oh, the meal's on the house. Get out of here. Why? Because of who he is. When you are him, her, or them, can't nobody tell you no. And you live in a life of abundance. I can't see anything else, y'all. I can't because I'm getting glimpses of it and I love it. It feels good. It smells good. It tastes good. And I want more of it. And I'm bringing people along with me to become who they're designed to be, to live a life of freedom, flexibility, and create your own, because academia was created by someone that owned people. Just want to talk about facts. Whew. I ain't know we was going to go here, but we went here. Others, we can do this all day. Questions, other questions. There's a lot, y'all. Okay. If there's no other questions, I just tapped into the chat box. So I put a few resources there. The podcast is available. Don't cost you anything but your time and attention. Get access to the journal, the playlist. So the podcast also has a playlist. And everything I'm doing is about healing. That basement stuff, the Gator stuff is all about healing, because my belief is this whole mindset shift relates to us healing, because the way that we live now is based on survival. See, Moria, when you mention thinking about the pension and my kids and retirement and this and that, that's what we were taught and told. The reality is, imagine not having a certain dollar amount that they give you to retire with, and you get to determine the dollar amount based off of your skills and your abilities to do the things that you were born to do. There's a difference. There's a difference. So to me, all the things that I'm doing, the theme is about healing, because I've been a helper my whole life. My belief was 2 plus 2 is 5, the Superman mentality. I was a savior, but I ain't here to save nobody but my damn self. And once I discovered that and became a healer and a helper, my whole life changed, which is how we got here. So I'm a living testimony of this, because I've done it. I've been there. I've seen it. I experienced it. And I know what it's going to be if I stay exactly where I am for the next 10, 15 years. I have no idea what that's going to look like if I decide to pivot and bet on me. Not these systems, people, places, and things, but put it in the being, which is myself. So, healing, the Parallels playlist, podcast playlist. There's a musical playlist, real simple. You go on Spotify, hit shuffle, hit play. The first 3 songs are going to give you at least one breadcrumb. Breadcrumbs are all around us all the time, hidden in plain sight. The journal, dive into the journal, and then the experience. If you're interested, you can get into the experience. And then I got merch. Again, boom, I am him, I am her, I am them. Merch is available because I'm building a community, I'm building a culture, I'm building a collective of people who speak the language that we speak, because this is the game that we're playing, because everybody's playing a game. And most of us are playing a game based off of our trauma. I didn't know that was coming. I didn't know that was coming. Again, full circle. What's the trauma? The reason we are helpers. Somebody helped us. Somebody didn't. That's related to our trauma that's in the basement. I wish it was different, but that's what it is. So get you a shirt, get whatever you need. And then the last is executive performance coaching. So if you know you're ready for individual coaching, you know you're ready for this group coaching, you see everything I got, no rush, no pressure whatsoever. Text me, email me, call me. That's how much access I'm giving you now. This ain't forever. Because last time I checked, I don't know nobody who got LeBron's help on them yet, but I shall. But I shall, because I'm him. When you become him, her, or them, you got access to everybody. Because think about it, all across the board, if you think of any industry out there, from celebrities to entertainers to athletes, they're all connected, meaning there's only 2 to 3 degrees of separation between them and anybody else. I am currently, because of becoming him, I am currently one person removed from Oprah Winfrey. That is insane to me. There's one person that's in my Rolodex that has access to Oprah. That's insane. So therefore, to me, it's only a matter of time before me and Oprah, we kicking it. And Oprah, to me, is the Mecca because she created her own, no pun intended. That's an example of a Gator to me. It's one of the best Gators out there, in my humble opinion. If she did it, and you know where she's from, you know her story, why can't us? Why can't we? It's because we said so. Final questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, rebuttal, prayer request. Family, I'm ready for
Thank
you
you.
are. Absolutely.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Absolutely. Love, 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 family. I will see y'all on the other side. Get in where you fit in. I'm just giving it, okay? No pressure whatsoever because I'm going to do this no matter what. You got two options with me. You're going to ride on this train. You're going to roll with this train or you're going to get rolled over. That's it. So this energy, this passion, this confidence, it came from becoming him. And now I know exactly what it takes for you to do the same. So thank y'all again for your time, for your attention, for registering, for being here. This is the first masterclass. I'm going to do this often, and I'm just going to continue to rinse and repeat and build it. And I'm telling y'all in real time what I'm doing. This is the first time I've ever done this. And I'm learning from other coaches, other mentors, other people that's doing things their own way that don't have a quarter of what we have. I'm telling you, they don't have a quarter of it. We have it. So therefore, we're going to get it. And we can't do it by ourselves. We didn't do it by ourselves to get here, so we can't do it by ourselves to get to the other side. Much love. I will see y'all soon. Till next time. Peace.
Have a great week.